Hello, 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 and welcome to Dolphin's Dive, the weekly strategically minded Handelabra stream hosted by yours truly. Who am I again? Dolphin. Handelabra believes in civil rights for everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against that goal are not welcome and will not be tolerated. You can follow us at Handelabra Games on Twitter and Handelabra Games on Twitch. Sorry, it's a different order for Handelabra and me. You can follow us at Handelabra Games on Twitter, on Twitch, and Handelabra on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. You can follow me personally at LouDolphin21 on Twitter, and LouDolphin on Twitch and YouTube. No digits. I have a lot of work. Twitter and YouTube, no digits. I meant like LouDolphin. Okay, whatever. You know the routine. Yes. Sentinels of Multiverse. Bottom of the 9th and One Deck Dungeon are available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices, as well as analog, cardboard, ink, and dice. And you can get the games and more info at Handelabra.com. There we go. See, I have the spiel memorized at this point, but I still stumble over the words, as I seem to say every single week I do this thing. But Bolnarap says the dive. Hello, Bolnarap, and welcome to the starting stream. I has a thing. I should have pulled this out beforehand. My desk is littered with stuff. This one. Yes, it is. It's the achievement list. Let's see. So let's turn this. Where is it? Webcam. This. I keep trying to display this in a way that. Okay. The problem is I can't see what I'm doing. Because it's right there. Actually, I'll do this. Just literally do it like this. Yeah. Now I can actually see what I'm doing. And I'm still trying to resize it so you can actually see it. Probably can't read the text though because I wrote it in a light green pen. But those are the achievements I still have to do for One Deck Dungeon. Last week we managed to do 2 achievements. We did Min-Maxer by exiling all of the dice of any one color. And we also got the Now You See Me achievement, which was gotten by acquiring only mana, skills, and items. So, let's pop back to this one. So, that is the achievement list that I am trying to work through, and I think since we did the mana one last week, we should probably try and do the agility or strength one, which are both the same. Just use only or grab only agility items and skills, and use only agility or free skills. And I guess the phrasing on that could also preclude you from using potions. I don't remember if we used potions last week, but we did get the achievement with Kalyana because Kalyana was good. I went with Kalyana because Kalyana is very mana based, and her skill can turn her mana into strength and agility. However, none of the other heroes really have a means of transforming strength or agility into other things. I mean, the one I did a quick look through all of these heroes right before the stream, and I don't remember which one it was. I think it was one of these guys towards the right. Yeah, Whirlwind. Spend agility, increase a strength and a mana die by 2 each. And she's obviously very agility focused. She starts with 4 agility, but she's very weak on strength and mana. And so, I don't know if it's necessarily a good idea to play with her. If you pair her up with someone, her skill doesn't involve spending agility to increase dice. It might be better off trying to go with someone who has a bad agility stat, since that is the only stat we can actually boost. So we have the 3, like the Paladin, for instance, has 3 strength and 3 mana, and that will basically be her mana for the entire game, but we can boost the agility since we can get agility items, and we'll be getting agility skills. Her skill mobobber down here, which is kind of a permanent effect For every 2 damage you would lose, prevent 1 damage. You cannot prevent damage otherwise. In other words, your damage, the damage you would take is 1/2 of what you would normally take rounded up to the next integer. So that means we don't really have a means of transforming dice. The talents that we have here, the focuses, we have a basic skill, 1 extra health, start with an extra potion, and when you use a potion, heal 1 damage. And I think most people kind of have that at this point because of how I've been training everyone. Oh, but Rogue doesn't. But I don't know. So what would you, chat / Boulder Rap, suggest as someone to play with for, let's say, an agility game? Paladin is currently my best idea. But I am open to suggestions for this one, since it's not as clear-cut what would be best here. Now, Druid skill, you can spend time to roll a strength or an agility, or spend 3 times to roll 2 strength or 2 agility. It's kind of interesting when I'm looking at this, because it's kind of like Archer's skill, but I guess it's fewer time. 2 times to roll 2 heroics, 4 times to roll 3 heroics, which makes it interesting. It's a cheaper time cost, but you're limited to selecting a color, and it can't be mana or heroic. Yeah, I don't really like Paladin's really the only one that's popping out to me as far as that goes. Oops, I keep hitting Kaliana. I guess the game wants me to use Kaliana. I mean, I guess that's also like a fine one, you know. We could just use Kaliana yet again, and, you know, this would be her starting 5 mana, and we'd use that to get whatever strength we need, and then the agility would just be building up over the course of the game. So Kaliana could be the answer yet again. Hello, Darren2500. We're discussing which hero to use for the agility achievement, and since we did actually use her last week, we got the blind luck skill, I think, is what we finished up. We had the reroll, we had the heroic, we had bull rush. We didn't have blind luck. Or did we have blind luck? I don't remember. It's been a whole week, and it's been a long week at that. It's been a very long week. Well, since I haven't really heard anything otherwise, I'm just going to use Paladin. And we don't have any other skills for her or any focuses, so we're going to stick with the healing one. And the basic skill, since agility can be increased, but the other stats not necessarily. On the other hand, we could we probably can't use mana skills, right? You can only use agility or auto skills per the instructions. So I can't even take a mana skill. Agility, increase another of your dice by this die's value. Increase one of your dice by 1. If choosing a peril option would cost more than 1 time, reduce it to 1 time. Reroll up to 3 of your dice, and those are it. I like precision. Being able to increase a dice, one of my dice, by a specific value can be handy. And I don't want to do some fearless. Let's just be novice for achievement hunting. We'll go back to fearlessness once we're done with the achievements. Since we did get the one, I guess there's still one for doing a fearless gauntlet run, but that will certainly be a thing. All right, so we're going to do Paladin. Oh, we need a we need a environment, I guess, or a dungeon. So Dragon wouldn't really be good for an agility game. Mudlands also not good for an agility game. Hydra's Reef, there's a lot of agility on the front side. And there's some agility on the back side as well. Okay. Phoenix's Den. Agility. Kind of annoying because I guess like most bosses are just an even spread of agility, strength, and mana. At least this guy does have a big agility focus. And most of your damage would be done on the agility side. So that's a possibility. Realm of Venom. Don't really think I'm too happy with Corrupted Tree. Eddie's Cavern. Yeah, let's not do Eddie's Cavern. Lair of the Indrex. Any 3s rolled are immediately discarded. Let's not do that one then. Lich's Tomb. Oh, that's a lot of mana. I'm not going to do that one. Minotaur's Maze. There's agility, but then there's a lot of strength. Smoldering Ruins. But the problem with this one is you keep exiling a bunch of dice. But I guess we could exile everything that's not agility because we don't need it as much. Cinder Plains has a lot of strength, but that's a lot of agility. But dice spent to convert to a heroic die are exiled. That's scary. When spending a potion token, also spend 2 time. After exploring, place a damage on a hero. Ew. And that is a lot of strength on the front side, and yeah, lots of consequences throughout. So I'm just gonna ignore the Hellhound then. So I guess that meant, what was it? It was Realm of Venom was the best one, I think, for this. So we're gonna do the Realm of Venom. We'll do the Forest deck, and I just like Aid. Okay, we're there. Only just be like 10 minutes to figure things out, but we're gonna start now. Realm of Venom. So spend time at the start of the turn if any hero has poison. So might want to avoid the poison consequences, especially because poison consequences will be perpetual time consequences. Although, you know, sometimes it can't be avoided. The Rockworm. Now, he doesn't have agility at all, but, you know, starting off, we only have 3 strength, 3 mana, and 1 agility. And certainly we could just push that towards precision. This item is an agility item, which is good. The skill is an auto skill, so I could claim it. Ignore 1 time and 1 poison, and it's an auto skill, so that's actually really strong because we can find ways to ignore consequences with this. And it will also work against the boss because there's poison here and here for that matter. But do I want to fight this now? I do have this die here. I can store up to 2 dice here, so I don't have to use it. Unlike a 2-player game where you can only store 2 at a time, and so it might be advantageous to just use it because you could lose it. But we have the 1 there. We are also on level 2, so we have this heroic die, which is nice for once. And then the 3/3. So maybe we could do this. But but the acid spray, we're gonna get a poison immediately. Whatever, we'll do it. It's risky, but I think that skill is going to come in very handy. Oh, good. I like it when I roll my stored heroic die and get a 1. And I'm not really happy with those rolls. Although we do have the agility 4, which can increase a variety of things. We do have something for the armor, but is a bit of a waste. Probably will just ignore that 5 because of how bad the roll was. That 5, however, I would like to cover if possible. Precision plus that 1 will make it a 5. But the problem is that we are very low on the other numbers now. So that's that. So, you know, as much as I said I wanted to cover this 5, I might actually have to try to work and cover that 12. Now we do have Aid, and Aid will cure the poison, which will stop the subsequent time, so that might be worth doing. However, in order to really, well, I guess so I could use Aid to increase this 4 to a 5, so I can replace the 6, which will be doubly useful. But how else do I want to manage this? Increase that to a 5, and then we currently have 7 on the 12 and 6 on the 12, and then we have these floaters. So 6, 7, 10, 11. So I need to increase one of these by 1. And I should also increase one of these by 1 and then use precision. And I think precision is just going to happen on a mana regardless. So that's at 10, and I'm going to need to use another aid. So right away, I am very reliant on potions. This is what happens when you take a experience 4 encounter right away, though. 1 poison, 2 time, and that's going to be another time after all is said and done. But I think I will take the skill because being able to avoid poison consequences a little more reliably will be helpful. And that does work in perils too, so that's really nice. Where's my drink? Okay. Now, conveniently, the Trickster is here, and he converts a poison to time. Or, to damage. So I'm actually happy with that. I'm just going to enter it right away. Also, if I wasn't supposed to use potions, I already lost. I mean, the wording does say only using magic or free skills. I don't know if that means you can't also do other things. Look at that 6. I can make a die be any number I want it to be. So shield, shield, shield. I forgot that there's so many shields there. That might be an issue. So I can ignore the poison, and then I can increase a mana die, and then there's no consequences. So I am not sure if I'm allowed to take potions. It says only claiming magic items and skills, so I'm going to ignore the potions because they might be bad. So I'm just going to move on. If I don't get the achievement after all this hard work because I used the 2 potions at the start of the game, I'll be so sad. Alright, so spend time for each 6 rolled. There's lots of mana squares here. There's actually an agility square for once. That does mean we won't really be able to use precision. However, the item is mana-based, the skill is strength-based, so I would not be able to use those. But, we can ignore the poison, which means we could ignore the 5, we can ignore time. We could, I guess we could just ignore that 4 then, but don't really have enough mana dice to cover all the squares. I only have 1 agility, so I don't know that I'll be able to cover the 6. I could use a heroic to increase in agility with precision, though. But I do need to be able to roll 6s in order to most effectively do this, which, by the way, spending time for each 6 rolled, ugh. I'm just going to flee for now. We'll figure it out later. And then this guy who... You see, the problem is like, every time I open a door, I go, oh, it's this guy. Oh, it's this guy. Oh, it's this guy. This is the one goblin who spends time for each closed door, so this is the time to fight him. Unless you're going to flee and open other doors. But he does have a lot of agility, which we don't have right now. Hello, Cat Dreaming. How are you? We can't ignore a poison and a time, though, so we can ignore one of the agilities and one of the manas. However, it's not really... I can't take the item or the skill, but I'm just going to do this. I'm going to skip the feat. I want to save that agility die, or the heroic die, for a time that I might need it, such as right now. What? Ignore. Well, the strength is good. Mana bites. Pretty good. You're a new live watcher, but you've been following Handelabra Games for Sentinels for quite a while. Awesome. Welcome to the stream, and I hope you enjoy the show. We are currently trying to get an achievement in this game for only claiming agility items and skills and only using agility or free skills. If I wasn't supposed to use potions, I already lost it. But we can only claim agility items or skills, and this guy only provides a strength item, or sorry, a mana item or a strength skill, so I won't be able to claim it. So I'm just more or less going for experience here, I guess. So if I don't dodge the poison, then that's bad. Actually, here's something I can do. I can cover this one because that's a time. I want to cover that. I can convert this to a heroic. I can put that into precision to increase a mana by 1. And there. No time consequence, no poison consequence. You've heard of One Deck Dungeon, but you've never seen it played before now. Well, welcome to the One Deck Dungeon. Well, not stream. Welcome to the One Deck Dungeon half of the stream. We will play Sentinels in the second half. But the way this game works, at the start of each turn you spend time. Time is when you discard 2 cards from your draw pile. And I don't know what order this is actually being shown as, but these were cards I just discarded. There's 20 cards left in the deck, 17 in the discard, and when this empties out, you have a choice of descending or staying on the floor for each turn. And if you stay on the floor too long, you will take more damage. But each time you open a door, you face an encounter of some sort, and your goal is to cover these challenge squares with your dice. The number in the corner means what you have, like the minimum number on the die you would need to cover it with. If you do the encounter, you get a choice between an item, which is on the very left, a skill, which is on the bottom, or experience, which is in the upper right. So there are 4 icons on these cards. The topmost one is strength. This one doesn't provide a strength item. Agility, mana, and a heart. Now, all cards will provide one of these 3, strength, agility, or mana. They will sometimes provide a heart. Hearts increase your maximum HP, basically. And your maximum HP is the threshold upon which, if you take too much damage, you will die. I currently have 1 heart of damage right now. If I go up to 6, I die. And, yeah, so my base health is 6 here. My base stats here, this shows you your stats, 3 strength, 1 agility, 3 mana. Those are the dice I roll in each combat encounter. In a peril, which is a different kind of encounter, you would only roll 1 of these colors depending on which of the 2 options in that peril you take. The peril is kind of a trap, and you make a decision between 2 options what you're going to do to get out of the trap. These things here are cards from the deck. The ones that are doors are face down. This one is face up. This one's face up because I opened the door by flipping a card and I decided to flee, which ends the turn, and then start a turn and you spend it 2 times. So there's a bit of a consequence for doing that, but I decided this fight was not worth pursuing at the time because it was too risky for little reward. But if I end up spending too much time doing other things, so like for instance, I explored, which put more face down cards, but now I only have 3 options as opposed to the full 4, then it's a bit detrimental in that regard. So there's more consequences than just immediate consequences. Over here is the heroic feat. Each hero has their own heroic feat, and it's a skill that you use. Most of them are skills you use before the start of the fight. Some of them are more automatic things. This skill here, you can choose to roll a heroic die or 2 at the start of your turn, as long as there's at least 1 stored here. And you store 1 here when you open a door that is worth 4 or more experience. The Shadow Stalker here is actually worth 4 experience, so I got a heroic die for that. Down here are skills that are acquired through the course of the game. Armor is a skill that she starts with, like on her physical card, she actually starts with it. And for every 2 damage she would take, prevent 1 of them, and you cannot prevent damage otherwise. So basically she can tank damage a little more effectively, but you can't augment that with other damage prevention methods. Precision is a basic skill which you can have a hero sort of learn through progression in the game. And this skill costs 1 agility die, and it allows you to increase another of your dice by this die's value. So you have to sacrifice your agility die. She only has 1 to start with, but we're hoping to increase that by picking up agility items. But this would allow you to increase another die by this die's value, allowing you to be more able to cover higher number squares. First aid is a skill or talent focus, something that you pick up through progression as well. when she uses a potion, she heals 1 damage. However, this cure skill here, or whatever, it's not a skill, but it's similar to that. So basically her healing is doubled. She can use other potions for effects and heal 2 damage at a time, which is nice. And then immunity is actually the first of the picked up skills that I've gotten in this game. The rotation icon means it's automatic, so I don't need to spend to use it. It's a free skill, rather. It's not automatic. But I don't have to spend to use it, but I do have to select to use it. And it allows me to ignore 1 time and 1 poison in each encounter. And time, that hourglass icon is called time. And when you spend time as a consequence, you're discarding from the deck, which means you get to the end of the floor faster, which means you progress through the dungeon faster, which can be bad if you're not adequately experienced or leveled up or whatever. And the poison is something that will slowly take away your health if you, well, it's not slowly take away your health. It's something that can lead to damage penalties based on dice rolls. I currently have 0 poison, so that's not an issue. Anyway, let's open the door. Just wanted to explain the basics of what's going on over here for those who are new. This is a peril, or a trap. It's a vine trap, literally. And so I have these 2 options. I can either dodge the vines, which is the careful approach, but it costs time because you have to be careful, and it requires you to have good agility, 7 agility, which I guess isn't really too big of a number, but if I don't have enough agility to cover the square, I will suffer 1 damage, 1 poison, and 3 time in consequences, in addition to the 1 time spent up front. If I choose to do the other option, which is break through, this is the tougher option. It is faster, but it requires me to be quite strong in order to break the trap. And I'd have to roll my strength dice and cover it with at least 10 on the strength. Over here are the dungeon challenge boxes provided by the dungeon. And on the dungeon card, there's 3 levels of challenge boxes. We're currently on the 1st floor, so we only have the 1st row of challenge boxes. But when we descend on the floor, we get an extra row. So once I get to floor 2, I have to cover 2 rows of things. And on the 3rd floor, I have to cover all the things. And since this is a peril, we're only actually looking at the left side of this. For combats, we'll be looking at the right side. So in addition to having to cover the 7 or the 10 based on my decision here, I also have to cover this 3. This icon here is the armor icon, and it means you have to cover all challenge boxes with this icon before you can cover any other box. All right, so now that's the over-explanation of the rules. Let's enter here. Now I have to decide between dodge the vines for the agility roll or break through for the strength roll. And since I have 3 strength dice versus 1 agility die, I'm going to break through. And I do have 1 heroic die because of my level 2, so I would have 4 dice right now. But I have to make sure I can cover the 3 and then have 10 left over on my remaining 3 dice, which is on average 3 1/3. An average die roll is about 3.5, so it should be possible to do. So I think, I mean, it's going to be a bit tight though, and so it's like a 50% chance-ish that I'm not going to be able to accomplish this. But since I can ignore 1 poison in 1 time, I think I'm just going to skip the feat again. I want to save that for a dire situation. But I didn't need it here because I got the 3 to cover the armor, and now I can cover the 10 with 2 of my dice. End the encounter. And since I'm going for the achievement for getting only agility items and agility skills, I cannot claim this skill. So I'm just going to go for the agility item. All right. Let's go back to faster playthrough. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. Alright, so it's another vine trap, and I think since what worked last time worked well, we'll do it again. This will give me another agility item. I'm not sure about potions still, as far as this achievement goes. I should really look up whether you can or not, but, that's fine. I will skip that. You know, we can do this again, right? Absolutely we can, because that was a good roll. And now I have another agility die. So now we have 3 times as much agility as we had 5 minutes ago. It's the rune circle. So I cannot take the mana item, and I can't take the auto skill. I mean, only agility items and skills. Yeah, so I can't take this. So I'd only be doing this for the experience. But this is an easier task than the previous fight was, where we had 3 and 10. This is now 3 and 8 with disarm. So, and we have 3 dice for each. So I'm just going to do this regardless of the lack of need to do anything. We'll disarm, skip the feat, and then hope to not screw this roll up after doing the harder ones. Oh boy, we screwed it up. Well, the consequences are 2 damage and 2 time, except I will ignore one of them because of armor. Ignore 1 damage, and the 2 time. So 1 damage, 2 time versus 1 potion. I think I'm actually just going to take the consequences. Because if I do use the aid later, I could heal up entirely. So the only real lingering consequence will be 2 time. But that's okay. I cannot take the items, so I'll take the experience. Alright, so do I want to try for this guy now? Again, I can only do this if I want the experience, and leveling up's not going to benefit me right now. And in order to accomplish this, I would have to roll 6s, which will spend more time. So I'm just going to explore the other places. Now, leveling up will actually let me carry over one of these cards because they're all 2s. So I'll be able to carry over a 2 card onto the level 3 card because of the carryover, which will be nice. Another rune circle, and this is literally the same thing. I can't do anything with these. That's fine. Disarm, skip, roll. This one I succeeded in with no effort, but that was also a sick roll. Experience. This levels me up. Leveling up also gives me a potion token, which heals me, which is nice. And this is, oh boy, we're just finding perils here. Bramble Field. And that is an agility item, so I can actually do that. Clearing a path will spend 2 time for an easier roll. Running through will spend no time, but will be a harder roll. And if I fail, that's 3 poison, which is ew. But we did manage to do the 310 twice, and we failed the 37 once, right? I'm gonna do the risky route though, because I can at least prevent one of those poisons. We have a 3 and we have 10. All right, so that's good. And I can take the agility item since I could take the experience, but not the skill. Oh boy, another peril. Jeez Louise. Thorn Spitter. Strike down for 1 time, evade thorns for no time. But I can't take the item, can't take the skill. This would only be good for experience. And since I'm actually nearing the end of the floor, I should have thought about this before I opened this door, but even if I spend no time in this fight, I'm going to spend 2 time at the start of the next turn. So I am at the end of the floor. I would be getting only 1 door to open. Whereas if I had not entered this door, I could have had 2 doors to open. Oops. Do I want to do this, though, for the experience? I don't feel like it, no. Bit too risky just for experience. I mean, so if I level up to level 4, I get another heroic die. But I can get that soon enough. Another peril. Great Spirit. Can't take the item, can't take the skill. I'm noticing a trend here. And it's 3 experience, so I kind of want to do it for the experience. All right, so struggle free actually with immunity. I'm ignoring the poison at a time. I just realized something dumb. Shoot. No one pointed this out, by the way. I claimed I could not take auto skills, and I just took an auto skill earlier in the game. That was the first fight, too. All right. Whoops. Welcome to Dolphin's Dive, the weekly strategically minded Handelabra stream hosted by yours truly, Lou Dolphin. That was a big-ass blooper. All right, we're going to abandon the game because I screwed that up. So what I did by mistake, and I did this last week too in the first game, because I did it so quickly without thinking, but the achievement says, win a game claiming only agility items and skills. It does not allow me to take free skills, I think. And immunity was an awesome skill that I forgot was free. So that was a big mistake there. But we will avoid that. We'll not do that again. We'll just do better. So, going for these achievements, or grinding for the achievements, means you have to kind of play in a way that you don't necessarily want to. Because it would be more natural for me to keep my stats balanced, for me to take skills that would increase my dice, for me to take experience when I have full items and skills, to take potions when they're valuable, but alright. Once we get through these achievements, then I don't have to worry about focusing on particular items or skills. We are back at the Shadow Stalker, spend time for each 6 rolled, and I think the decision is still to flee because those rewards are not useful. And then we have the Knoll, who does not provide an agility item or an agility skill. I cannot place heroic dice on dungeon challenge boxes. He requires a lot of agility, which I currently lack, so I'm just going to flee. So 2 strikes right off the gate. Right out of the gate. Trickster, I have no poison, so this would be the time to fight him, I suppose. But can't take the item. I don't know if I can take the potion, and the experience is only 2, but we're kind of running out of doors, so I might as well do this one. And I kind of don't want to do the heroic feat because, well, I do have to be able to cover the manas. Ugh. Fine, I'll do the heroic feat. We're naked again, so I have to be careful with everything I do. Alright, we have a 4 for that. We have strengths. I don't have that 5 now. I can increase a mana 1 into a mana 6. And I would like to cover that 5. I could actually, so a better way to do this would be to save that 5. But if I increase that one, increase this 4 with aid, then I can cover all the squares. All right. Charmed Panther, not Charmed Panther. Charmed Panther is the skill. This does provide an agility item. However, I will not be able to sneak by, even if I roll perfect 6/6, because I don't have enough dice. But I can't take the item, so I do want that agility die. Now the consequences: the heart will be reduced to 1, so it's really 1 heart and 2 time. The 2 time, basically, like, I could spend it now, or I could spend time elsewhere and come back. Like if I flee, I'm basically spending 2 time to do this fight later, so it's really just 1 heart of damage total. So I'm gonna sneak by. What? I can't cover all the squares? Okay. That gives me an extra agility. That might make the null a little more palpable. Yeah, we'll do the null because the consequences are very low for this fight. As big as the numbers are, the consequences are low. We have a 4. We have a 5. I have a 4. And then the hope is that I can cover something. And poison is a little more important to cover. I can do that with this. And then that. Precision isn't going to work for anything. Because I have a 1 here. Even if I try to get a heroic, it's not going to be worth it. I have to cover this for sure. These are mana. They're useless. I could turn it into a heroic. But... well, that's not what I wanted. I could get a heroic too. That's the best I can do. So I think that's it. And again, I can't take those, so I'll take the experience. And then the Shadow Stalker, I think we're still going to avoid. This guy says skip the heroic feat step. Which is not going to do anything because I don't have any dice here at all. Except for if I do come back later. Strength is useless. The main thing I'm trying to avoid are poison consequences because we're still in the realm of Venom. Spend time at the start of the turn if any hero has poison, so you don't want to take poison necessarily because that will spend more time. Time consequences, I mean, other than the fact that it speeds up floors, it's not as bad as like taking damage when you're in a dire situation, but I'm not in a dire situation, and there are 3 hearts in this card, but one of them gets prevented, so 2 hearts. We can hopefully cover the 3 poisons. So I'm just going to enter it because we're not getting good cards here. Okay. Well, the agility is kind of not good, but we do have the strength here that's not good for anything, and we can easily get like a heroic 5, which is nice. The mana, I mean, I can't cover both the 5 and the 6, and that 3 I can't really cover anything with. I can at least cover one of the hearts. And then I have to make a decision somewhere. I mean, so we do have precision, but I want to save my agilities. I could use precision on a heroic die by converting these into heroics, but I don't think that's going to really benefit me. So let's think. How do I want to do the heroic here? Because 3/3/3, I'm at 9 out of 10. So I really just need 1 more or a 4. If I convert these, I get a 5, which is too much. If I convert these, I get a 3, which is too few. Ah, man. Well, it's still the most effective to exchange them into a 5 and a 3, because the alternative is a 4 and a 3, which is not any better. So while that is a bit of a waste, I do have this 3 floating around. Although I could precision it and then cover the 6, and now I only have time consequences. Aha! And I'll take the experience. Because I can't take anything else. Because of the achievement. Why is this game so hard? Dice may not be re-rolled or increased, but it does provide an agility die. The consequences are 2 heart, 3 poison, 3 time. But it is somewhat balanced in dice. I don't have too much agility, but I'm going to do it. Because the goal is to get more agility, and this fight will give me more agility. Alright, I have something for the poison, or for the mana. I have a 4, which I don't really want to use there, though. I don't have an agility 3. I want to save that 5 for the agility square. I do have a 6 for the strength, a 3 for the strength. So, is there a way I can cover this 3 in a way that isn't outright terrible? I mean, we have this mana 6, but I can't do anything with it. I would like to cover this square. These 3 squares are oddly all equal in value, consequence-wise. So I just have to cover the 3. I could actually... Oh, no, I can't. Oh, no, I don't have precision. Oh, no. Because I can't increase my dice. Oh, no. Well, that makes this decision so much harder then, because I can't do all the things. Okay. This changes things. There's not really a good way to cover the 3 with heroics. There also isn't really a good way to cover the 5 with heroics either. But covering the 3 would be slightly easier in that regard, right? I would have to sacrifice one of these. And these dice they're not going to do anything, unfortunately. So I could increase my damage by 1, or my damage consequence by 1, because it's not going to change how much damage I do take. It will still be 1, but it's still 2 time, but that's all I can do because I can't increase my dice. But I can get an agility die. Let's now get an agility skill, please. Poison Cloud provides another agility item. But the 12 is a bit too hard to do. Contain's going to be a little easier, so I'm going to try Contain. And we did it. So take the agility item. I am maxed on items now. I don't think I want to fight the Shadow Stalker still because I don't have a skill that will really help with it. I could try to fight it just for the sake of leveling up though, but Great Spirit. Can't take the item, can't take the skill. And so I will do the fight though, because I will level up, even if I can't cover anything. But this is barely enough. And I level up! Woohoo! I'm gonna stay on the floor. If I get to 3 damage on here, I take 1 damage on Paladin. I have to be careful. There is no poison on the party. Paladin cannot use this skill because you cannot prevent damage. You also can't take a mana skill if you want the agility achievement. Well, I'll enter, because I will not spend time for poison on the party. My agility is useless, but I can precision, which is not useless. But most of these rolls are pretty useless, all things considered. So we probably want to consider using a heroic thing. That 5 can get covered. I cannot cover the 6 unless I increase a 2 by 4, but then I won't be able to cover these strengths. But then I guess the problem is I can't cover this strength unless I do something, and if I do something... there's a big issue here. I might use aid here because I think, well, is that gonna help me? So I'm taking 2 damage because of the 3 hearts here. If I can remove one of them, I'll take 1 damage. The time, however, is going to result in a damage. If I use aid, I don't know if that's gonna help though, but I could like increase these 2 so that when I use precision, I could then increase this to a 4 and then cover that square. I could also use aid to increase this to a 3, which then lets me use this a little more freely. But that doesn't actually help because I'll still cover the same squares. I have to aid twice on this. I think using aid twice is a bit of a waste. Is it worth using it once? If I use it once, I can definitely reduce this to 1 damage. Yeah, we'll do that. So this 4 is going towards the 2. This will increase that by 1. And the other decision doesn't matter then. Well, this 6 is covering the 5. Is there a way I can do this? I don't think so, because the strength is pretty oddly spread out. So regardless, there's going to be a bit of a waste here. Well, if I turn this into a 3, but then... No, if I turn that into a 3, I could then make a heroic with the agility and the mana to cover the 3. I think this is going to be the same same result as I was trying to do otherwise. But I can make a heroic 3, but that's not any better, right? Because then this die's useless. So what am I thinking? I'm thinking there's not enough good options here. I'm just going to increase those 2. And then precision this. So I'm just going to end there. And then I'll take the experience. And now this is empty again, so I can actually stay on the floor. Let's hope that this is something useful, like an agility skill for once. Rune Circle is not useful unless for experience, so I'll just do the experience part. And watch as I fail. Nope, dice cooperated. Alright, so we can do that. We'll take the experience. I'm gonna descend because I don't want to deal with the other guy. Although that would have leveled me up. But we're gonna level up soon anyway. Because most of these cards I can't claim anyway for loot. So what's the point? Alright, now this guy, the Goblin, spends time for each closed door, so there's not really a reason to even try to fight this guy right now, because I will spend 3 time, whereas if I flee now and open all the other doors, I will spend only 2 time overall. Even if the item and the skill would have been great, but they weren't, so... I mean, the skill I actually could take, but I don't like that skill. But it's a skill I can take, so I would. Alright, we're definitely going to fight for the agility. And unlike last time, I can actually do this because I have agility dice. Although we do have the extra level of consequences, or challenge boxes here now. Because we are on floor 2, but that's fine. We did it. We got the agility item. Time passes. Open doors. Got another rune circle, which is another annoying thing. And this one's going to be a little harder than the last one because there is an extra or another challenge square, but I'm still going to do it. 6661. Unfortunately, as good as a roll that was, it's not good enough. But I will just take it, whatever. Take the experience. skip the heroic feat step. See, I can remember what they do, but I never remember their names. Oh my god, it's an agility item! And it's a decent one. Alright, so let's see. There's no armors here. There's not a good mana here. Ugh. Don't need strength though, so we can convert those as needed, but this 2 is essentially useless. We want to cover the 10, but we would like to cover the 5, I guess, and then the 3s if possible, and then that's problematic. And unless I use precision, I can't cover any of these squares. So it's kind of like I might as well convert all of these to heroics in some fashion. This as is will give me a 6, which is not good enough. So, however, I can actually use precision to get a 3 to cover this 3 here. And I can get a heroic 3 somehow. There's a variety of ways, I guess, to cover that one. Although it might be better to try to cover the 6, but I can't, right? So it's not worth doing that one. But that will give me a heroic 3. This will give me an agility 3. And then I can get a heroic 1 to cover this. And then that. And that. And then that. And now it's only 1 Heart of Consequences again. Yay! And I can take the agility skill. Woo! All right, now let's fight the goblin. With exploit weakness, things will be a little more easy. Unless I don't roll anything good here. Oh, man. But we do have exploit weakness for a 4. And I think that's an easy decision because that one's not going to do much for me. I can at least cover the strength. That's nice. I can cover A3. Oy vey, I can't cover both those 5s and 6s, and they both provide poison. I can aid for that 5. And then I can use aid to increase... Oh, I can't increase both of these. Shoot. I could precision, but then I can't cover the 5. And I really want to avoid poison because of the time, but... Why did I have to roll so many 1s and 2s? Ugh. It might be worth scavenging this. This will give me a 5 to cover the poison. This will give me a 6 to cover the poison. And then I can't cover anything else. And I would die because I would take 2 hearts of damage. So I would want to actually cover up something more then. Removing that 3 isn't going to change my damage, though, so I might as well save that for something else, then. But doesn't seem like there's a better option for that 3. Well, okay, so those 2 together was providing enough damage reduction. Aid would certainly put me to a healthy level. So I gotta consider how best to use aid then. I might just want to use it twice. It would fully heal me, so that I'm not like losing the healing part. If I do that, I can increase this to a 6, so that's going to be part of that decision. And I'll cover that 6. And if I aid once, I can precision this 2 into a 5. I can save the strengths. So I want to increase that one once. So there's one more floating 1. Unfortunately, there's not really much more I can do other than to cover a 3, so... So that and that. So now I have the 6 for that. I have something to precision a 2. I have a 3, and then that's all I can do. But now I have Barrage, which can actually mitigate bad agility rolls to an extent. And it can be used in peril encounters. Unlike most skills, Moss Golem provides an agility. Add 2 time to consequences for each heroic on this card. You have to be careful there. But I could use the heroics for other things. Yeah, so let's fight you. Let's actually use the heroic feat because I'm not comfortable with my dice situation yet. Alright, the strength is covered. We do have 6 there. We have a 6 there. That's really good. Want to avoid using a heroic there if possible. We do not have a... Oh, no, we do have a 5. But I don't have another 5. But I do have a 3. I do have a 6. And I can precision this 2. So for once, we actually covered all the squares on a combat. Yes! Yes. We can take the agility for sure. This also gives me a heart, which is nice. Vine Trap. Paladin is at their item limit. No. Oh, we could just convert a 3, I guess. Or I fight something else and come back for this for the agility once I level up. So let's do that. Because there's 2 more doors here, and I doubt that both of them are going to provide something that isn't agility. Yeah, I can't take the item, I can't take the auto skill. So we'll fight you. Seems like a bit of a waste, though, but... we will at least leave a 3 behind. Which I guess that since we're going to go to level 4, it doesn't really matter at all, though, does it? Just the extra level ups would provide more potions. Alright, we have a 6 for that color. The strength we can't cover. But I could precision something up to do that. So that's a possibility that will cover that. I have a 6, I have a 5, I don't have a 4. But Barrage could provide me a 4. Makes it likely for me to get a 4 that way. I have a 5. I have a 3. And then I have a heroic that I can put there. But then I'm also missing this 4. Or no, that's what we were saying. We're going to roll for the 4. And we're going to precision that up. So let's hope that we get a good Barrage roll here. 1, 2, 5. All right. That 5 is good enough. And then we can precision that. Now the armor's covered, and we can cover everything else. Levels up. Gains potion. Heals me. Stay on the floor. And now I can go back and dodge the vines, which will let me get another agility die. But I will take a damage here. Oh no! Alright. This is a very trivial cover-up. And I'm gonna, yeah, I can stay on the floor for free, so I might as well do that. Explore this door. If this guy doesn't provide anything, I'm not gonna try. He provides feint. It is an agility skill. Prevent. I cannot use the skill. Really? I can't even use it to gain a 6? You cannot prevent damage otherwise, so I guess it's prohibiting me from using the skill outright, so... Okay, I will flee. We are at level 4. So I don't really need to do too much other than get better skills. Or rather, skills. Because I can have 3 more skills. Anything that's an agility skill, we would definitely want to have. Which this is... Increase an agility, a strength, and a mana, each by 1. I will have to exile a heroic die and a strength die. Oh no! I'm not gonna have enough strength! Ah! Let's do Valiant. We do have 2 heroics though, so I'll roll 1 die. That should be fine. Gets a 4. And then that. Oh my gosh, look at that agility. That's kind of atrocious. Might as well exploit weakness. We have a 4 for there. We have a 3 for there. We have a 5 for there. We have a 6 for there. We have some 4s laying around. We have a 3 for there. This is a bit of a waste. And the mana we kind of want to improve upon greatly. I can precision to get a 5. That's not going to help with the mana situation. So let's put 2 of these 2s into Barrage and see what we get out of it. A 1, 4, 5. That gives me a 5. Doesn't give me the other 5. I guess I don't really worry about... I don't need to worry about that 4. Everything else is tightly covered, right? So... I can get a heroic 2 to cover the mana. And actually I can do that quite easily. I can't do that quite easily because I have to discard a die. Shoot. Shoot. I can precision... Or no, I have to discard a heroic, I guess. So I could precision up using a heroic. Would that change anything? Because now I can't put that there, right? So, I mean, I could just discard this too. It's not doing me anything. Yeah, I don't know. I'm worried. Or no, because that was originally there. So I have to be careful. Right, that's the issue. Is I can't just do that. Ah! I'm trying to use heroics. Why did you exile a heroic die on me, knowing that I wanted it? What can I do? So, covering this 15 is the priority. Covering this 5 is ideal. So I can sacrifice this 3 to increase this 2, but then I need to... Well, sacrifice the 2, rather. No, yeah, no, it's sacrifice the 2 to level up the 3 and save this 3. But then I can't cover up the 15. I would like to put that there, but that doesn't do me anything. I can't balance these. Now I don't have the 5 for that one, and that's a priority. Can I use the agility 4 to spin up a heroic to 6 for use on the mana? Yeah. Because we have that covered right now in some fashion. Well, I could do that would cover up the 5. And then I would get a heroic back. That doesn't really do me anything at this point. I think it's just whatever. I'm gonna take the damage at this point. It's... Wait, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Let's level up the heroic. There. That's fine. 1 damage is fine. I can take the skill. There we go. Add poison the consequences for each 5 on this card. Oh my god, it's another agility skill. We're finally finding these guys. I'm gonna use up this guy. You cannot use the heroic feat on the boss, so you might as well use it up before the boss. And I'm doing this to try to avoid 5s. Because you'll notice that there are 2 squares on the base card that have a 5 on them. So you don't really want to put a 5 there. Alright, Focus Plan is going to make things a little easier, though. Because now I can actually think about covering up other squares. But my agility is actually fine for once. I do not want to put 5s on this card. Oh, but I could increase this strength by 1. And this strength by 1. No, but that would make that a 5. Shoot. Increase that strength by 1. Increase this heroic by 1. Or I can't increase the heroic by this. Oh, but I can just exploit weakness to get a 4. I'm just gonna do that. So cover that, cover that, cover that. Boom, 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 boom. What are you looking at here? Oh, the agility part, which actually doesn't matter. Increase that one, increase that one. Okay. Good, no consequences. And I can take the skill. I have 4 skills now. Yay! Cannot claim those. But if I take the experience, I gain a potion. And running through is rather trivial, so I might as well just run through. Because I have Barrage, which can deal with bad dice rolls. 3, 4, 10. Done. Potion also heals me. It's you! You're at least providing an agility item. And then I'll place a poison on a hero, but I'll probably just heal that instantly. Or I could just ignore it altogether, because I'm going to explore, which will cure the poison on me anyway, so whatever. Okay. I'm starting to not really care about bad agility rolls, because I want to have agility for other places anyway. Let's actually use Finesse, because this will give me a strength roll. And it also gives me agility 4, which is cool. Let's use Barrage, because these 2s are not going to do me anything. Or the 2 1s are not going to do me anything. That improves that. And then Exploit Weakness gives me a 4. You've never seen so much agility stacked on the Paladin before? I chose the Paladin because she had good strength and mana to start with, knowing that I was going to pick up all agility items, so that's why she's at 7 agility now. But yeah, it's definitely weird. Alright, so I have a 5 for the mana, but not a good thing. Oh, I guess I could put the 6 there if I can spare it. 5, but then I don't have another 5, but I could increase a strength by 1, or, well, that won't do it, though, if I do that. I could put the 4 there instead. We do have a lot of agilities here. We can precision pretty much for free. So where does that put me? I gotta cover this now. Yeah, we can do that easily. I do have a heroic. I had to double check that I had a heroic, because otherwise I can't do it easily. Right, now I can take the item. We are at 8 agility! Yeah, we spent time, but that's fine. Because now I'm gonna roll. We haven't seen a poison roll yet, but if you don't succeed in a poison roll, you take 2 hearts of damage. And since we're using the Forest of Shadows deck, if you're using the hybrid deck, it'd be a little different, but since we're using the Forest of Shadows deck, regardless of the outcome, you will remove a poison. Paladin already knows this skill, so I can't reclaim it. So I guess I would only really be doing this for experience, but there's not really enough time to do anything else. But I'll still enter it because there's like not any reason not to. Because we can do anything. We can do anything in this fight. All right, let's to finesse. And then let's exploit weakness. And then barrage. That's good. See, we had 1s and 2s, but we got rid of them all, and now they're all 4s, 5s, and 6s, which is nice. So our singular use for mana is already covered. Our strength, we have a 6. And then we have to still cover the other squares, but we do have lots of strength and heroics that can do that for us. The agilities, we don't need any 6s. But we do have lots of other numbers. But it doesn't really matter. So I can't take the skill, right? Or no, I could take this. Oh, it converted the other. Okay, I can only claim it once. Well, that doesn't really do anything because it was also worth 3 experience. But yeah, it's not going to matter because this was also 3 experience. Okay, you can only have 1 copy of a skill. Otherwise, you're converting the other one to experience. Good to know. Cannot take the item. Don't think I can take the potion. But this is easy with my agilities. Done. And now I level up. I could also not convert, but I don't think there's a reason not to. I mean, unless you were on floor 2 and you wanted to send, or if you didn't want to send a particular card back into the deck, I think that's like the main reason. Paladins is at their item limit. Well, that's tragic. Well, I can just sprint across. Would you like to see me sprint across? Would you like to see me sprint across again? Like, look at this. 24, and that's without barrage. I want a barrage. Oh, but I would lose a die because I am out of agilities. Okay, that's fine. And there's not really. I guess I could convert a 3. Yeah, that's probably because then I could level up with the next encounter, unless I get an agility skill. If you didn't have any reserve potion tokens because you've been stockpiling, got it. That's another one. Valid use. And I cannot take those items or skills, but experience would give me another potion, so we'll do that. And your poison snap is useless. I have to use this feat because I don't have any more fights I can use this on anyway. Okay. So we have our agility covered. Oh my gosh, I need more strength. Where am I gonna get strength from? Finesse. Cool. Exploit weakness. And then for funsies, let's barrage. And see what that gives me. 3, 4, 3. Okay. We have a 2. We have 6, 5, and I don't have the 4 for the mana, so we'll just do that. 2, 2, 4, 5, 6, 5, 5, 3, 3. All right. We did our best to do whatever we could. Now we're just going to fight the boss. I guess you could also wait to level up until you're going to heal with the potion claim. At the end of each round, exile 1 poison from the supply, which actually, if you might wonder what that would do, but if you would take this 3 poison, but there are no poisons in the supply, you actually would take damage directly. So it's actually dangerous. Okay. Finesse. That gives me a 6. Perfect. So together with focused plan and that 6, we can cover these strengths. So that 5 is going to stick there for a moment. Focused plan also increases in agility, so I can increase this 5. This 6 could go there. Exploit weakness gives me a 4. I might as well do that before I barrage. And it's probably worth doing this regardless. 2 and a 3, it's possible for me to do worse, but 4, 6 is a better replacement. So that gives me another 6. Focused plan, I could put a heroic into that, which I just did. I guess I'm going to do that. That's my life now. It's doing this in order, which is a little annoying, but makes sense that I would want to do that. That gives me that 6. It gives me this 6. So now everything else hopefully goes towards covering things up. 4, 7, 9, 13, 19. I have to have a 3. I could precision to get the 3. 4, 8, 12. Well, the problem is 15. That's a small problem. Presently, I would not even be able to aid to get that. No, actually, no, I could aid and then get a heroic and use precision. Yeah. You do have a plethora of potions now. Oh, but I also want a precision first. There we go. Everything's covered. Boss takes full damage. One poison was exiled. Oh no. Okay. 4 ones. Well, I don't really care because I have lots of uses for those ones. Okay, so we actually have a 6 there. We have a 6 that can go towards an agility slot. We have a 5 that focused plan can increase. A 5 for focused plan. A 6 for the mana, so I guess that would be increased by 1. So that's for focused plan. We can get a heroic 4 because we might as well. Then barrage. 2 1s because you can't do worse. That wasn't as good though. So then precision. Increase those. That does not give me another 6, but I only have to do 4 damage to the boss. So I don't have to worry about that square. Even if I take the poison, whatever, I don't die. So I'm going to ignore the 6. So where does that put me right now? Here. Puts me at an 18, so I could save the 3 for precision. And then I can cover those 6s up. I guess I don't have to, though, because, you know, it's just, if I can survive, it's not going to matter, so. And really, it's not going to matter anyway, right? I'm going to take 4 damage, or 4 poison and 1 damage, but then the boss dies, so who cares, right? At this point, who the hell cares? Oh my god, who the hell cares? Peter Griffin. But this is a similar thing as last time, where aid will increase these by 1, and then I could increase... Or no, it's not the same as last time, actually, because I can use precision right now. And then I would be able to cover up that square. But this is just, you know, overkill territory now. Although, that said, let's actually take this back for a moment and see if we can do something a little better. Because if I could increase, I guess, if I convert these to a heroic 4, so that's that. It's not any better though. Kind of trying to figure out if I can cover that 6 as well in a way that's not terrible. But it might just be terrible. Can I precision on its own? Can I precision the die on its own? No. Yeah, I mean, it's 1 poison and it's... I could just use potions to get that. Well, whatever. We'll use potions to get that. All right, perfect. Flawless victory. And we did get the cat-like agility achievement. And you probably won't see it on the stream. In fact, you don't even see Steam pop-ups on stream. But I did get cat-like agility. That achievement was successfully gotten. Win a game claiming only agility items and skills and only using agility or free skills has been gotten. All right, so that was successful. We have these 8 squares, which we don't really have. We only have the bottom collection of things to get at this point. So let's throw these, I think, towards just these things, and then probably also towards battle plan. Someday we're going to have skills that aren't just healing, or focuses that aren't just healing, but because it requires a number of circles and I'm focusing mainly on squares and pentagons, I haven't really been able to expand beyond that, but whatever. We'll get that someday. All right, so we did get the agility achievement with the Paladin, which means we still have to get the one for strength, and I guess for a little bit of a preview, we can determine a similar sort of course of action, like a hero who has weak strength but good agility and good mana. And Kaliana, I think, was also a thing to consider for that. But we don't seem to have a good balance of agility and mana here. But there are some heroes who have only 1 strength, like the mage. But she only has 2 agility. Rogue has 1 strength but has only 2 mana. Kaliana has 1 strength but only 1 agility. And then Druid has 1 strength, but only 2 agility. But she could actually use transformation to get agility. Anyway, that is it for the 1-deck dungeon part of the stream. We're going to X out, and then we're going to start up Sentinels. I'm also going to change the game to reflect this. There we go. All right, so this week, the hero that we got was Akash'Thirya. The variant that was released was Spirit of the Void, Akash'Thirya. Either draw a card or play a card. Each primordial seed in play deals 1 target 1 toxic damage, which makes it harder for her to get seeds out because you can't get them into the environment trash as fast. Or rather, I should say it makes it harder to get seeds out because you could just play a seed, but it makes it harder to get the base effect of a seed to trigger, or not the base, but the one that this card enters play effect, or when it's played from the environment deck, rather, to be very precise. But this does allow for your power to have primordial seeds deal damage, and this can definitely deal ridiculous damage, especially when you have a legacy on the team, or a by any means on a target, or even within Akash'Thirya's deck. I think it's Thrashing Brambles that increases primordial seed damage by 1, and so those will really ramp up. But that said, we're not going to play with Legacy. We're going to stick with the usual team. Or I say usual team, I mean because we're trying to see all of the unique dialogues. We played Akash'Thirya, we played Comodora, Luminary. I think we did Harpy last week against Matriarch, because we had Huge and Immune come out like on the 2nd turn. It was ridiculous. So this time we're gonna fight Lifeline versus Deadline to see their unique dialogue. I'm so not used to decks being arranged by expansion. I can never find anyone by expansion. You spent a summer beating all solo villains on ultimate mode in the physical tabletop on your own. It was a lot of fun. If you like seeing ultimate villains fought, you should check out last summer's Summer of Ultimates, where we worked really hard to defeat each villain on ultimate difficulty. And it was hard. I don't remember who the last one was. I should remember who it was. I don't remember who it was. It might have been Idiot, for all I know. Also could have been just a complete complete anticlimax there, but or it might have been, no, it wasn't Chairman. I don't remember. Let me think, actually. Was it Heroic Infinitor? I think it was one of the last ones, because Heroic Infinitor on Ultimate is really hard. Misinformation may actually be pretty early because we cheesed the heck out of her. But yeah. Or it might have been Cosmic Omnitron, or was that one that I specifically worked towards? I don't know. Cosmic Omnitron is, of course, ridiculous on Ultimate. Alright, so I think the other environment, so the last environment we haven't played on Dolphin's Dive is Champion Studios, so we're going to do that one. And so Deadline is a rather straightforward villain, so I think I'm going to play him on Challenge to make villain device cards indestructible, because a lot of the device cards you would just try to get rid of really fast because they're low on HP, and some of their effects, not the original one, but the later ones can get pretty bad. We'll play you on Challenge, so we don't have to even think about it. And I want to do variants here. Your devices are not likely to stay in play, with Deadline dealing damage to each non-hero target. And I think I'll just stick with base Harpy, because people think that dealing 1 target 2 damage is a rather lackluster base power, but having a consistent damage dealer can be very helpful. Just saying. Especially in a team that is very setup heavy. Alright, so let's fight Challenge Deadline versus Lifeline, Akash'Thirya, Spirit of the Void, La Comodora, the Harpy, and Heroic Luminary in Champion Studios. Oh, you're right. Variant Luminary would benefit. Right. Oh. We are fighting with Variant Luminary. Right, because we just picked it. All right, we're fighting with Variant Luminary. Woohoo! And yes, our ability later to make it 1 target 3 damage or 2 targets 2 damage is also very good. Now even Yansa attempts to stop me using deceit. I will not be so easily swayed. This is for the greater good. The greater good, yes. I cannot undo my actions. Instead, I fight to atone for them. Deadline versus Lifeline. Same person. Alright, so Lifeline is starting with Calculated Action, Discharge Life Force, Infernal Detonator, and Repair Leyline. Akash'Thirya, Spirit of the Void, is starting with Accelerate Nature's Order, Creeping Mold, Healing Pollen, and Instantaneous Maturation. While Comodora is starting with Cannon Portal, Future Tech Deck Gun, and 2 Take Times. The Harpy is starting with Arcane Explosion, Direct Strike, Eldritch Training, and Lash of the Elements. And Heroic Luminary is starting with Backlash Generator, Brilliant Inventor, Dangerous Vision, and Sabre Battle Drone. Because I'm still going to call it Sabre, because Dunder Mifflin. Sabre. Yes, so the base power. Luminary deals 1 target X lightning damage, where X equals the number of devices in play. And so, since devices, her villain device cards are indestructible. Oh, that's going to be funny. All right. So the Atomic Enclave is a device, and it will be in play. Calculated Orogenesis, followed by Calculated Orogenesis. All right, so we do have a Take Time that can destroy an ongoing. At the start of the villain turn, play the top card of the environment deck. Then that environment card deals each non-villain target 2 melee damage. And I know that there was some discussion at some point. I remember at which point. It might have been on playtesting forums. What does this mean if it plays a Primordial Seed? And so we might see what happens if a Primordial Seed gets played, because it says that environment card, but a Primordial Seed is not an environment card. Does that then just fizzle? My guess is it fizzles, because it's not an environment card. But we'll see how it was programmed and whether it was even intentional. We can either play 2 cards or draw 3. We can destroy an environment card. We can destroy all cards in there and then do-do. Or do-do-do-do-do-do-do. We could also calculated action to play 2 cards, the first one being Repair Leyline. Which gets me a calculated action. First time a conflict is destroyed each turn, this card deals the hero target with the highest HP 2 projectile damage. At the end of the environment turn, this card deals the hero target with the highest HP 4 melee damage. Well, you know, you're evil. Let's... I think I'm just going to ignore it though, because Deadline's going to destroy the environment. I could also have Discharge Life Force. Destroy it. Who wants to use a power though? Akash'Thirya, do you have something you want to do out of turn? Instantaneous Maturation, maybe? That's not a one I really want, though. I mean, this will give me a seed. Yeah, we'll get the seed. Either draw a card or play a card. We shall play a card. Instantaneous Maturation. Get any seed I want. And let's get Creeping Mold, because we can use that to destroy catastrophes. Unless Deadline destroys it after destroying catastrophes, in which case it's tragic. The other option, I guess, is Vitalized Thorns. Because there will certainly be damage being dealt to Akash'Thirya for a while. Now let's get that early. I think an early Vitalized Thorns will be cool. And I will play a card. Because I can just play my Creeping Mold, yes. And then you can deal 1 target, 1 projectile damage each. Yeah, so Zorm I'm not going to worry about. Zorm's going to die. I could calculated action again. I don't really have cards to fund that, though. I mean, I would basically be playing calculated action to play a Discharge Life Force and Infernal Detonator, but I don't think either effect is immediately beneficial. I mean, well, Discharge Life Force I want, but I don't know I need Infernal Detonator right now. So I'm going to play Discharge Life Force, and then I will use Discharge Life Force. I will destroy Zorm, and then I will hit Deadline. And then I won't hit anything else. You could hit Seeds, I guess, but I'm going to leave those Seeds in, because Deadline will just destroy them at some point himself. Accelerate Interest Order, I'm not gonna deal with. I guess, I mean, we could get, there's not even that many environment targets, so I'm not gonna try that. Basically, we'll be dealing self-damage and destroying the environment card. And then Scatter Seeds. This could give me more seeds, but I have to discard for things. So I will, I'll Scatter Seeds. Deal 4. Let's hope to get 4 seeds because I have to discard 4 cards. Well, 3 seeds at least. We have the 3rd seed, 2 more card draws, 4th seed! Success. So I can discard all the seeds. And then I can move all of them to the trash. And now, do I want to play or draw? We could actually Rapid Growth right now. And discard lots of cards. To try to get Primordial Seeds. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah! Discard, because it was not Akash'Thirya, not Akash'Thirya, not Akash'Thirya. There's an Akash'Thirya. I will stop. And then I can deal Deadline 4 damage. Alright. That was a fun Akash'Thirya turn. We have completely controlled the environments. Do we have another means of destroying ongoing cards? I think we don't. I think I do want to try to destroy one because that's going to... If he plays a catastrophe on his play phase, he will flip and destroy shit. So we're... stuff. Stuff. He said stuff. So we're going to destroy one of those. Cool. And then... Let's do something here. Let's actually get the calculated action back. Because like a calculated action. Which could be fun. As we've seen. Eugen Immunin. Yeah, let's get Eugen Immunin out. Oh, you're doing it to each target. Alright. Straightforward turn. And we do have an Arcane Explosion, but there's not really much of a reason to Arcane Explosion in this game. But certainly that's a reason to keep your Arcana higher. Direct Strike focuses, or performs a... Well, I mean, I guess it's debatable. I mean, with Eugen Immunin, Direct Strike would deal more damage because it'd be 1 projectile damage plus 1 each. If you have 5 avians, then you'll deal 10 damage this way, but you also have to discard 5 cards to do that. Oops. Eldritch Training flips birds. Lash the Elements is better with higher Arcana. And the Magical Bequest naturally gives me more Arcana. But yeah, let's flip a bird. Because when in doubt, flip a bird. That's what I always say. And let's Brilliant Inventor. Oh man, I only got Repair Nanites. Oh man. That was not according to plan. Oh, you're at max HP, so it doesn't matter. Oh my gosh, a Primordial Seed entered play. Atomic Englaive, this card deals, so we will stop Englaive, or not stop, but reduce Englaive's damage, and then these guys don't have retaliatory effects. It's nice to get this on Akash'Thirya, but Akash'Thirya would not have the thing trigger at the right time, though. Oh, hey, look, we're going to see what happens here, because you just played a Primordial Seed! So let's see what happens here. That primordial seed is dealing damage. Alright, it didn't fizzle. It's not an environment card, but it's still dealing damage. Is that intentional? I don't know. Oh no, Pandemonium Key, that actually makes it a little bad. Because environment card plays are now bad. Well, there's not too many environment targets though, so not immediately bad. That seems like a bug. It might not be. I will look it up later. I mean, we'll see. I'm certain at some point someone mentioned, hey, this catastrophe had a hero target deal damage, to which John will say, that's working as intended. Christopher said it should work that way, or something like that. It's also possible that it's not intended. I don't know. I want to play Calculated Action again, but I don't have a reason to. And that's not going to destroy ongoing, so I'm going to play Infernal Detonator. That's not going to do anything. Can't destroy an environment card. I will draw cards. Let's give this to Akash'Thirya because I've lost lots of cards. Oh my gosh, Calculated Action! I don't really have that many cards for you just yet, though. So these catastrophes are going to trigger. Each player shuffles their trash into their deck. 3 players must put 1 card from hand on top of the deck and then deal damage, and then discard the top 3 cards of each non-villain deck and destroy 3 hero ongoing under environment cards plus this one as well. Ew. Although Calculated Orogenesis is going to go off, so I could actually put out enough creeping molds to stop the catastrophe. We'll just do that. And then we have another Scatter Seeds. Oh boy. Let's draw a card. Akash'Thirya. Actually, let's select this turn. And then the seeds are going to go away, so we're not going to have as fun stuff happening there. I could take time. Okay, yeah, we'll take time. Magnetic Pole Shift is not really a good one because that will destroy some of my setup. Excuse me. And then assuming Severed Leyline doesn't actually go off, we would hope to get one of these cards back, I would say. So let's try to get Instantaneous Maturation back because that can give you a free seed. Okay. And then this, draw a card to play an ongoing card. I don't have any other ongoing cards, but I can certainly do that to draw more cards. When this card enters play, discard a card. Yeah, so we can get rid of Arcane Explosion because it's not going to be as useful in this game. And then draw a card. I mean, it's still going to deal damage to Deadline, but at what cost? Let's stick with the Max Arcana strat. And then Backlash Generator. Let's get another device out. Deal 4 damage to Deadline. And then, yeah, we can actually heal for once. When this card enters play, select 2 hero character cards. The first time either of those heroes would be dealt damage by a non-hero target each turn, reduce that damage by 2. If damage is still dealt this way, the other hero deals itself 3 psychic damage. Beautiful. So who are we shipping this game? Who are we shipping? Does Comodora? Oh no, this is a non. Oh no, yeah, I could combat training to undo the 3 damage if it happens. I don't... I mean, Lifeline could reduce damage. In honor of being the newest variants to be unlocked, Akash and Harpy. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go with the slightly more thematic reason. They fell in love. Aww. Whenever a target enters play, blah, 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 and then reduce melee damage by 1. So that's actually good. That's reducing this. It's actually less good because I can't destroy the creeping mold. Although I guess I was not destroying it anyway. Fun fact. Don't birds and trees get along well? Yes. Well, we're definitely going to do this. Destroy a card. Let's... I think I'm not going to worry about the Orogenesis. But I definitely want to get rid of one of these two. Savored Leyline is going to shuffle trashes, which isn't really that bad, except then I'm not going to get instantaneous maturation fast enough. Unleashed Hurricane slows us down, which I think is pretty bad, so I'll stop that. Actually, I could use Vitalized Thorns to take out Creeping Mold. Excuse me. I could also use Strangling Roots to take out Creeping Mold. Which would be pretty funny. Yeah, we'll do that. I guess you could say we could destroy Love Interest or potential Pratfalls because this will stop seeds from dealing damage, but also reducing Calculated Orogenesis. So I'm going to leave it in there, but I'm going to destroy Creeping Mold. Oh no! Alright, so now we're back to the Calculated Orogenesis, and then I don't think the rest of this is going to matter. Actually, no, it kind of does, because Healing Pollen is going to have each hero target regain 1, so let's actually deal damage to various things. Oh, right, because it's not actually... This is not a non-hero target, so it's not going to get reduced. They've all taken damage. Repair Nanites is immune. Backlash Generator is whatever. We can save Vitalized Thorns. So we'll hit Healing Pollen first. Magnetic Pole Shift. Subduction Super Zone. And let's not have the Love Interest take damage. Okay. Calculated action. To play, calculated action. For more options. Unleash Energy. Arrow. Prepare Leyline. Unfortunately, Prepare Leyline could play a target, which will make Deadline play a card, and I don't want that. So let's Enclave's Tech to try to get something cool. Vitality Battery. Unfortunately, non-hero targets are not going to get destroyed. This is going to do some damage, though. There's nothing under here, although I guess this would deal 1... Yeah, no, it'll be 1 irreducible. And then Discharge Life Force. I could destroy an environment card, but I will just draw cards. Unnatural Upheaval. That's what I was looking for. No way I can really get Lifeline to play that at this point, though. Alright, thanks for stopping by, Cat Dreaming. Hope you enjoyed your stay, and I will see you later if you tune in next Friday for the monthly Oblivion stream. Have a good night, and thank you for the luck. I think Akash'Thirya is still low, although, nope, yeah, they're 5 each, so I'll give it to Akash'Thirya because seeds. Oh, hey, look, there's an right, that we put that there. We didn't shuffle. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there. So we still have the issue with magnetic pole shift, unfortunately. I could instantaneous maturation and then do the same trick I tried to do with calculated orogenesis. We could utilize cultivation, but there's no seeds in the trash because we don't have the card that gets it for me as easily. Yeah, we'll just instantaneous maturation to get the other creeping mold. Right, and then we lost its immediate effect because it can't deal damage, but that's fine. Let's just play a card because there's nothing in the trash that I would want back. I don't think I want to put Akash'Thirya out because it's probably just going to perish immediately. There's nothing in the trash. I want to... Oh, this will get me seeds from my trash back into the environment deck. So we'll scatter seeds and we'll do the max damage again, in hopes of getting even more seeds in the trash. Oh, hey, and this does extra damage because I already hit myself this turn because of instantaneous maturation. Cool. I have to discard 6 cards now. That's fine. 1, 2, 3. We're keeping this one because we'll power up the base power by a significant amount. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. I haven't really used this card. It could definitely power up Akash'Thirya, but I have to be willing to put Akash'Thirya out first. I want to keep all the others. They're all good. No, actually, no, I can't really use this one as much, so we'll get rid of that one. Put all of those in the trash. And then I can use Earth's Attunement to actually shuffle the environment trash immediately. Nice. HP is just a number. Okay. I don't think this effect is going to be as good as it was like last week, for instance, because Lifeline does not search for cards in this trash. We could still stack the environment deck as we've been doing. I mean, you can also use this on Comodora to stack the bottom of her deck, but we don't have equipment cards in our trash yet. So what do I want to do then? Maria Elena's plot. Isn't going to do anything immediately except let me look at the bottom of my deck for some reason. Shuffle a card from the trash into its deck, put the top card of the deck into play. You may draw a card or play a card. I guess we could do that to try to get Lifeline to do something that can let him play cards, right? Because if he could destroy 3 ongoing cards, that would be amazing. So let's try to do that. Lifeline. Calculated action for the most likely effect. First time you draw a card, you may use a power instead. I don't think that's going to help. Let's play a card. Now, this combat training does prevent damage, which is better than reducing damage, because on the flip side, he deals irreducible damage. So I'll just do combat timing, I guess, because that's 3 damage, which, I mean, 3 damage is 3 damage. That's 1 damage, and I don't really want to use the other effects right now, so we'll put out combat training for once, because I haven't actually done that yet. And Lifeline, so this isn't going to help, right? Enclave's tech isn't going to help. And we could try for instantaneous maturation again. Do we have the card that's shuffling? I don't think we do. Or discard the top 3 cards of each. No! No! Or no. No! No! Well, we'll try. We'll try. Okay. Now what? At the start of your turn, if all control cards are avian, destroy an ongoing or empowerment card. Well, it's a bit too late for that. We could actually get it set up so that could happen, although the end of turn effect is going to be pretty bad. Although there's going to be a number of devices out permanently, so it's not going to be as bad. Yeah, maybe we'll try that. And I could draw a card, but let's deal damage this time. No, let's deal damage this time. Okay, haste and victory. Village phones are going lightning. You may play a top card of your deck. Or Sabre Battle Drone, which isn't going to do anything, but Sabre Battle Drone. Well, I mean, it does power up the base power, so there's that. You can heal. Yeah, you can actually heal. Great. And then again, this card enters play, so it can't deal damage. Put that. All right, and then that card entered play. So what does that do anything for me? At the end of each hero turn, discard top card of the environment deck. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Vitalized Thorns. Actually, yeah, we could use it to take out Creeping Mold. Again, doing this trick. To destroy an ongoing card. Like Magnetic Pole Shift is bad, so we'll get rid of that. The rest of this is not going to change things. You have successfully stopped Deadline from destroying cards, or removing cards from the game, rather. Which actually would be a bit bad because it could destroy seeds because they're in the deck. Although I guess it's also a good thing because putting seeds in the deck makes it less likely for him to destroy the world, so. Vitalized Thorns is going to first deal 1 target 3 projectile damage, but I can't! So order doesn't matter. Potential pratfall! And then, yeah, there was the love interest triggering there that I forgot about. Why do you keep playing Magnetic Pole Shift? Well, the good news is that you're not destroying as many cards or removing as many cards as you were going to. So we have that going for us, which is nice. We also didn't destroy 3 cards, which is also nice. None of these are going to affect things. We are destroying these cards. I don't think the order matters. And we are removing... Oh, we haven't even done that yet. I don't think order matters, unfortunately. Well, combat timing will prevent the damage, but it's not going to stop anything else from happening. Huge and immune now! And then Healing Pollen, Magical MacGuffin, and something else was removed from the game. It's not telling what all cards were removed. It just tells me Craft Services Table and Magical MacGuffin, but it's not telling me what else was removed from the game. Well, I have an unnatural upheaval, but I have nothing to destroy now, so I'll save that for a rainy day. I could actually use Repair Leyline, because it's going to play that card. And then it will have an effect. Yeah, we'll do that. Because we just took damage. Let's heal up a bit. Do I want to use a power? I don't think so, because I don't really have any other power I want right now. Cryptic Alignment, actually, a little better now. Because we do have some ongoing cards, which is nice. Oh my gosh, Creeping Mold! So I don't want to do that, though. You lost all your devices, Luminary. That's 2 damage. That's getting a card from a trash. That would draw a card or play a card and then do something. We could get Akash'Thirya out of turn, which would allow us to have each hero use a power at the start of Akash'Thirya's turn, but that's... The thing that's annoying about Akash'Thirya is that it only has 3 HP. If only we could prevent it from dealing damage somehow. If only. Yeah, let's put out Cultivation with Akash'Thirya. Although I do also want to do Thrashing Brambles, don't I? Let's not rewind. Let's mint this game, right? Terminax Casing, I like that one, although it's not as useful with irreducible damage. There's an instantaneous maturation. And another unnatural upheaval. Kind of approaching a point where we could start considering putting cards underneath this, but I'm going to hold on to those cards for now. So, yeah, let's do Thrashing Brambles, and then I will play... I could also play As the Earth Turns, and that will stop Deadline from doing anything, even with Pandemonium Key. If she takes damage this way, okay, there's nothing in the trash. Let's not bother with that. Top card is not a seed, so we'll discard it. And then here we are. Ship Shape would allow us to discard cards a little more freely. Still haven't really gotten super exciting Comodora stuff going on, I suppose. But yeah, let's do Ship Shape. And then we'll be Ship Shape. Who wants something back? We lost Huge and Immunin, so we'd like to get Huge and Immunin back, so let's get Huge and Immunin back. Alright, so since Uncontrollable Flock is going to keep flipping cards, let's go ahead and get Harpy Hex out. You don't have an ongoing card, so we could draw cards, but yeah, let's draw cards because we'll get Huge and Immunin back faster. There it is. Alright. Brilliant Inventor. Come on, give me devices. Oh, we got one. We got one. Oh, well, we're powering up our trash. We're going to get a Doomsday in here. Is it terrible if we destroy the world in an effort to stop Deadline from destroying the world? Is that, like, an oxymoron? Reveal the top 3 cards of the environment deck. Oh, no. Did you discard seeds? Nope. You actually didn't discard seeds. That's weird. You also didn't reveal any antagonists, but that's okay. And then deal yourself 1 psychic, and then shuffle this card and stuff. Okay, well. That would have been nice if there were seeds in the trash, because it'd be a free shuffle. Top card is a seed! Yes, deal myself damage, because seed! And then deal myself damage, because seed! And is the tree in play? No, the tree's not in play, although it's not going to matter anyway. But yeah, we'll just, whatever. None of the villain things can deal effective damage. Okay, there are no ongoing cards in play because we stopped you from playing cards. I don't want to do Leyline Shift, don't I? Because it's going to discard the seed, and I want to leave it there for now. Let's put out Terminarch's Casing. And I guess draw a card. And let's give this to Akash'Thirya again. Accelerate Nature's Order. Yeah, let's actually do this now because we're starting to run out of options. We'll keep one Cryptic Alignment because it's good. We already have a Discharged Life Force. I don't need a second one. I guess a good power-up cards, whatever. Leyline Shift could be fun. Matter Manipulator we already have. A Natural Upheavals we're going to keep. Unleash Energy. Let's put that under there. And then let's save Harrow. Okay, cool. Now what? Let's put Akash'Thirya. And now my base power is going to be even better because we have Thrashing Brambles. I might as well play Instantaneous Maturation to maximize the gains. Although I guess it's going to screw up the environment top card after all. Yeah, let's put out Noxious Pod because I want to get different cards. Notice the top card is now an is an Akash'Thirya card after all. Which is nice. And I will play a card. We have Cultivation already. I can get another seed out. I can put one with the land in play, which is desirable. I may shuffle a primordial seed from the environment trash into the environment deck. That's ideal. Let's put out one with the land. And then, oh my gosh. 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 Play the top card of the environment deck. Oh my gosh. We have the tree. 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 Although it's not going to do anything. Whatever. Since Harpy and Akash'Thirya were love interests, it's fitting that we're going to have them heal each other now. Alright. I'm not going to discard a card for this. Play card. At the end of your turn, up to 3 players may each draw a card. That is one that kind of nullifies its own effects because you could have Comodora draw a card, and then it's every turn discard a card, so it's nice. But something that might be a little more beneficial. Is this beneficial? No, not really, just yet. Timeless Treasure it is. And now let's get as the Earth turns again. Because if we can stop Deadline from playing cards, we stop him from doing anything. And let's have Thria draw a card so we can get closer to that effect. Comodora draws a card. And then Lifeline draws a card. And he'll use a power because he'll use his base power because then he can draw a card. And then you have another card draw. Akash'Thirya. Oh my gosh, as the Earth turns. No way. Manipulating game mechanics to your effect. To great effect. Alright, let's put out Huge and Immune. Because we want to try to probably get Uncontrollable Flock. Like being super ridiculous awesome. No, actually no, it's not even that one. It's which one was it? Lash of the Elements? No. Direct Strike. Yeah. Okay. Let's try to get that set up then. Let's get the birds. Okay, now what? Still can't do the Doomsday. Let's hasten victory, because that's going too slow, I think. Hasten victory! Yeah, let's speed up this game. I think it's going too slow. Technologically stable. Move the device from your trash to your hand, and then you can draw a card or play a card. It beats Hasten Tomb. Yeah, it does. Let's put up. No, let's put up Sabre Battle Drone. Although I already had one, but now I have two. Alright, let's not destroy this device, but let's destroy this device. Because then I could deal 3 damage here. Okay, deadline is definitely going down in the next round. Maybe. Well, Severed Ley Line is a bit annoying here. I don't think it really undoes anything we were... Oh no, Luminary. No! Luminary! No! So much for the catastrophe! Yeah. That's fine. Okay, now what? Unnatural upheaval. You played all these catastrophes? I'll catastrophe you. In fact, I think this ends the game, right? Because I will deal 6 damage. Yeah. That was actually a nice time for that song to end. But we have successfully defeated Challenge Deadline. That wasn't really too difficult of a fight, but Deadline's not really ever that difficult of a fight. But he only ever removed 3 cards from the game. And since we muddied the waters with seeds, it didn't really turn into too much of a threat. But unfortunately, we didn't get Comodora to be nicely set up, and we're hoping to get Harpy to be super ridiculous on her turn, but that didn't end up happening, and we didn't really get to utilize Heroic Luminary to great effect either. But hey, Akash'Thirya Spirit of the Void was pretty fun and did some cool things. I think most of the damage was due to Akash'Thirya Spirit of the Void. And Lifeline also was a fitting hero for this fight. He did lots of things, like destroy ongoing cards, so that worked out pretty nicely. But it is 9:21, it is past 9, so I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed the stream. Be sure to check out the other streams on this channel. We do have On Deck every Monday at 7 p.m. with Pirate Savvy and Dover, a brother and sister duo that make for an exciting, family-friendly stream. Although all these streams are family-friendly, but I like their familyness that they have going on there. They put new meaning to the words family-friendly. And then Tuesday we have Handelabra Live with Jeremy, or with John, and with sometimes Jeremy. And you might be able to see some new content for various games coming up, such as the Aeon's End beta that is in beta now, and I think they showed some of that, or did they not do that? I don't know. I think the beta is actually, or I think it was last week. Yeah, they showed some stuff, maybe. Unfortunately, I have not been able to catch up with Handelabra Live because I'm working Tuesday evenings, and I'm so ridiculously busy this semester that it's been hard to be able to keep up with anything. But I think they did show Aeon's End last week, and this week they started the stream 2 hours early, they being John, and he started with a game of One Deck Dungeon at least, and that was all I was able to catch. But you can check that on YouTube and Twitch to see their content. Primarily, Handelabra Live is a stream where you get to see stuff before it is publicly available. Every Friday is Dolphin's Live with yours truly, where we get to show you how to play the game, or sometimes more accurately, how not to play the game. Such as when we're trying to get the achievement for only taking agility skills and agility items, and I proceed to screw that up in the very first round by taking a free skill. Oops. But we did manage to get the achievement in the end, so if you missed that, be sure to rewind, which you can't really do on a stream, but you can do on YouTube, I guess. Rewind and watch me get the agility achievement. Woo! And then every Sunday is Tales from the Archive with another Letdown who does some storytelling Sentinels. And that's really fun because he does put a lot of work into those streams. unlike me, who kind of just does whatever. But so if you don't have these games but you're interested in getting them, One Deck Dungeon and Sentinels of the Multiverse, as well as Bottom of the Ninth, which I don't play, are available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices. They do seem to go on sale pretty regularly. The base games are pretty cheap, frankly. Pretty worth getting, even if it's just for the base. And you do get a lot of content for those games. The expansions do add up, but they are also worth it. Trust me on this. Lots of fun that can be had with Sentinels of the Multiverse and One Deck Dungeon. And any way you can support the streamers is ideal. Or not the streamers, but the company is ideal. Plus, of course, the companies like Greater Than Games and Asmadi Games do benefit from this as well. You also can consider getting the physical versions of the game, because those are really fun too. But nonetheless, that does wrap up the stream for this week. And next week is going to be, I think, May 3rd, right? 33? Yeah, May 3rd. And so since it's the first of the week, we'll be doing the monthly Oblivion game. And so I will pick up where we left off Oblivion last time. We'll avoid choosing the heroes that got incapped at that game, as well as moving the Scions that we had in that game moved to the back of the Scion pile so that you cannot get them as quickly. And we'll try to do a better job at beating Oblivion, because that was pretty appalling. But unfortunately, I probably won't have time to actually practice Oblivion. But yeah, you can look forward to that next week. But until then, this was Lou Dolphin, and I enjoyed this stream. My name is Lou Dolphin, and I approve this message. All right, let's put on... Whoops, that's not what I want to do. Let's put up Deadline. But yep, good night, guys.